Hi everyone, Scrappy Kathy here with what I think is my very last catch-up video for Scrap Squad. And I think this is number 47, lift number 47 for 2020. And I loved this one as soon as I saw it, and I actually, when it came out, I thought maybe I would kind of start back up again with this one. And then I started overthinking it and wanting to get exactly the right photo and exactly the right embellishments and exactly the right look, because I think this is one of the most striking layouts. Let me see if I can get it up close and make sure you can see this. It's a busy background paper with some mixed media that draws your eye to the photo cluster. Just some simple, like white paper behind it and a strip there, and then a cluster here of things that don't stand out with color. Everything is about that photo and that title. So I love this. And I actually had a photo that I had already printed. This is an old photo of Barrett, and he's walking, I think, towards the gym or school or home from the park, or maybe on one of the walkways in the park. I honestly don't know where this photo was taken, but he's wearing his cool shoes and carrying a sports backpack with, I'm not sure what might be in it. It doesn't look big enough for a basketball for him to be going to shoot hoops, but to me, it just looks like he's walking into the future. And I love it. He would probably object today to the way he's dressed, thinking it's not, cool enough. But from a grandma's point of view, this is just an amazing picture. It's not artsy, it's not earth-shattering, but I love it. And he's my he's this amazing kid. I was talking to John on the phone last night, and I was telling him about Barrett's day. I said, this kid started off at 5 in the morning doing, I guess, 5 to 6:30, doing football practice workout, then came home and got ready to do online classes. When he was finished with that, he went to track practice, and he brought his work uniform with him to track so that after track practice he could shower and get changed, and when his dad picked him up, he could take him straight to work. And then at work, he called and said, I don't want you to have to come out and get me at 11, so my friend who's the manager has to stay until 12 so he can give me a ride home, and that'll save you the trip. And so his dad said, but aren't you tired? Don't you want to get home that extra and get that extra hour of sleep? He said, Dad, I'm always happier when I'm busy. And that's just the nature of this kid. He's amazing. He's just amazing. I know everybody's grandson is amazing, but I have to take time to talk about mine. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is I've chosen this background paper. I love it. You've seen me use this side of it, and I wish I had about 50 sheets of this paper because I love both sides of it. This kind of looks like a park to me. It's certainly a wintry park. By the way, this is Winter Market by Carta Bella. And I'm sure you know Carta Bella papers and how incredible they are texture-wise and just in all ways. The texture is great. The thickness is great. It's going to stand up to some mixed media, even if I kind of spritz it with water. So we've got that, and I thought I would use, I'm using just about everything. This is from my stash. All of this is from the December Mind the Scrap kit. These things are from the November Mind the Scrap kit, or previous kits. I am not sure that I have them in that order. So, for my thin strip at the back, I'm going to go with this black and white check. I think that'll stand up, but not too much. You know, it doesn't need to, it doesn't need to stand out that much. Okay, here is what I'm going to do with the photo. I'm going to make the photo as narrow as it can be while still maintaining that look of going down a road. I would like to get rid of this yield sign there. Let me do that. It gets it down to a really small size. I want to get that when James put this out, he put it on Instagram, and Instagram used to give you those black borders around, and I want to get rid of that. So I get it down to this, and actually I want to matte this photo, and I'm going to matte it in I've got that scrap of Vicki Boutin paper that kind of has a color. Yeah, that's good. That's a good spot there. It's got a color that contrasts with the background so that the photo will kind of stand out. And it'll show over the white strip that I'm going to use too. So let me see if I can get that there. I just want the narrowest little little border there, and I like that because I put it over where the color blending is occurring. I've got a little different color here and here, so I like that about it. For the white strip, I'm going to go with the right-hand side of this. This is a Pink Fresh 6x6 pad. I'm just going to I didn't measure. I just kind of picked a size that I thought would work. I'm going to cut this down by some number of inches, and kind of layer that like that. And the photo is going to go right there, because leaving all that white space. I'm going to use some oversized, I've got two, in the original there are small layered or stacked frames. And I've got, my frames are larger than that, so I'm going to layer them maybe underneath like this. And kind of let it go off that way, and then I'll put my title here. I've got this, and someone responded yesterday. I used a second one of these, a pink one on a layout I did yesterday, and I said I didn't know where they had come from, and she reminded me that they're Maggie Holmes, and of course the other one was a bow, and this one is a swan, so of course they're Maggie Holmes, and I should have realized that, but I didn't remember that I had gotten them in a Creative Cuts Club kit, and I'm famous for just kind of going my own way with those cut files and not really, not necessarily watching the videos and doing the projects as they were intended, and I'm hoping to change that. But in any case, I thought that might be cute since I'm going to kind of add that color scheme in, and I'm going to fussy cut probably this flower and maybe layer it kind of under the photo and over here. So I wasn't sure whether I wanted a whole flower or if I could live with one that was just on the edge like this one, so not gonna spend a whole lot of time with that. Anyway, I mentioned a while ago that I was talking to John, and I told him about Barrett's Day, and John said, yeah, that kid's always been amazing. He's always been focused. Now, he would diagnose himself with ADHD or whatever it is that we're calling it these days. When James was a kid, it was hyperactivity, and it wasn't that he was hyperactive, it was that he had the attention span of a gnat, and he was impulsivity was kind of the name of the game, and if he thought of something, he acted on it or said something about it, and kind of center of attention sort of thing. And Barrett doesn't have that. He's not, impulsivity is not an issue with him, and he is very focused. He just has so many things that he's interested in and interested in learning more about and doing well. If he does something, he wants to be the best. He gets upset when like the last couple of years, his football team, his high school football team, he had dreams of the glory of, high school football, and his team struggled. So let's see, something like that, I think might be in keeping with that. And then I'm going to pick, I really like this. There's Go Where the Stars Take You, I could kind of use as a title there, but I think I'm going to go with just the word strip. So I'll pull that out and have it ready. I've got something in the right color scheme. This says Rome or the Great Outdoors, and the Great Outdoors might fit nicely on that one frame. So I'm gonna pull all this stuff off now that I've what I just did about kind of dry fitting things. I usually do that before I start the video, but I didn't do that today. I let you in on that process. So right now, I know that the photo is gonna go, or do I know that? Let's see. The photo cluster probably go right in here, photo right here. So probably right around in here is where I want my Distress Oxides. So I've got my Tim Holtz brush, and I'm gonna brush on Tattered Rose and Dried Marigold. The combination of those two colors is about what I want. So I'm gonna go with the Tattered Rose, just kind of brushing it on, and it's picking up some of the, I think that's Dried Marigold that's actually on there. And the Tattered Rose is fairly dry right now, so it's not picking up much from there, but I'm good with the color that's kind of shaping up here. Then I'm going to let me try this. That gets a little more of that that color, and then I can kind of brush it out. But what'll happen is when I apply water, that color will kind of show itself, if you will. Okay, let's see where my sprayer is. It's not kind of okay. I'm gonna go with that. That should be enough to do the highlighting I want, but I'm gonna add something to that. I've got right beside me here some spray inks, and I'm trying to see if I have anything. I have a Mr. Huey's ink called Cameo, and it's supposed to be kind of a pink color, and it really comes out maybe a little gold or brown. So I thought I'd add those spritzes there just to get a the look I had hoped would come from spritzing the oxides with water. Okay, I think I'm gonna leave it at that. I'm gonna let some of this wander on up into the, what I don't like here is that kind of kept its lines, the lines. So we'll see how that works out. Okay, now I'm just gonna start layering things in and see where we end up. This is thin, so instead of dry adhesive, I'll go with my glue. Let's see, I kind of want that there. And I'm going to go with this here, and I think I will do some foam behind that. Okay. I'm going to put a little bit of glue on this because this area where I'm putting it is wet in some places. So the glue will hold it. Okay, and then this guy, go here, but first, let's do the frame. I'm gonna use the glue here too to anchor the ends especially. Now in a perfect world, I'd have taken the time to let that dry and to flatten the background paper, but I think we'll be okay here. And where's my other little, let me do this. I know I want that there, so I'll let this kind of go there, and then do I want this over that? Nope, I want it under. So I'm gonna do this, and again, I'm pretty much gonna put a bead all the way down because I don't want any of this kind of sticking up. Lots of times, especially with fussy cut florals and leaves, I like the idea that it'll kind of curve up. Okay, now, and the reason I'm using this wet glue, as I said, is because the background is still a little damp. See, like right there, I like the fact that it's the glue is only on this one section, so that allows all of this to kind of curl. So let me, now, this doesn't go on anything that's wet. I'll do it here. And then I'm going to tuck this in because it's just perfect for that color. And I think I want it here. And I didn't center it like this one is centered, so it's getting kind of heavy over in this, on this side. So I may be talking myself into using this Go Where the Stars Take You as my title, kind of overlapping onto this. But the problem with that is that I'd have to have let's try it. If I did this, that's kind of hard to read. Just the word you was fine going that way. But this I would probably want to do this way. And so I'll need some foam over here. Again. Okay, now let's go here with this Great Outdoors. And then I like this Rome. Maybe right there. And you know what I think is I'd like another of these floral pieces to kind of, that's clearly upside down. So how about this one? That one's gonna be, I'm gonna have to fussy cut into the flower because the whole flower isn't there because of that branding strip. But I think I can make this work, especially if I tuck part of that underneath. And I'm making this video longer than I had intended. I thought this one would go together really quickly. And because I didn't, dry fit it and completely cement the design in my head before I started, I've changed my mind on some things. So let's see what we're doing here. I want the leaf part. That's probably my favorite part of this. Okay. Oops. There's something stuck up under there. Okay. And I think it's picked up some of the adhesive from there. And I think that kind of balances it. It departs from the original design, but I think I have enough of the elements that I'm happy with it. So I hope you've enjoyed it, and you really get to see that gorgeous paper. Okay, thank you for watching. My next task that I will undertake is to catch up on my Mixed Media Frenzy layouts, and those, of course, will be a little bit longer videos because I really go crazy with mixed media process. Yeah, I think it captures the essence anyway, and I'm happy with it. I've lost the bottom part of the black and white strip there. Is there a chance to put that in and regain some of it? Nope, I don't think so. How about if I just put a little bit right there, and had it look like this part was under, but this part will be over. Would that look silly? Yeah, it might look silly. Okay, never mind. So we just have the part sticking up there. Okay, I'm not liking the fact that this seems to kind of lean. So I'm gonna prop it up with another layer of foam underneath that. Let's see if that holds it up better. It does. Press it down with that. Okay. And when that dries, it'll be fine. So I have different leaves. I love this paper. I've actually used both sides. That's from Marigold it's a crepe paper, and this is an unusual print that I've used, and it goes so well with the golds that are in this Pink Fresh collection. You know, I had thought I might fussy cut that, but that might be a little too Christmassy an element. So I think I'm done. Again, I thought about using this Grow Your Dreams, but didn't find a good place for it. So thanks for watching. Here's the detail. You can kind of see the dimension as it kind of lifts things up there. Okay. See you next time. I think on this Sunday, I will actually do this Friday's Scrap Squad, and I'll be off and running for the rest of the Scrap Squad Sunday series. Thanks for watching, and thanks for your patience and your help and support. Bye.